Hi, I'm Win, cycling instructor. Welcome to Practical Cycle Camping. And today we're taking half of the Big Sur Loop from Fort Hunter Liggett to Carmel. And so let's get going. Okay, we'll start at the Carmel Hillgate of 17 Mile Drive, take that around to the on-ramp to Monterey. There's a bike path, and we'll follow that on Google Maps all the way down into the transit center. At the Monterey Transit Center, you're going to board the 20 bus to Salinas. The fare is $2 and $1 for seniors. Also pick up a transfer because you're going to use that to get down to King City. At the Salinas Transit Center, get onto the 23 or the 23X bus, which is right next door. It's just in front of you. If you timed it right, it will be an immediate departure. And so get your bike loaded and get all your gear off the bike and into the bus because it's a long trip and you don't want any parts getting blown off. In King City, there are lots of places to get food and water. Make sure you have plenty of water, maybe 2 liters to start this trip. There are no places to buy any supplies until you're completed with the trip. So I figure you probably have at least 3 days worth of food. You're ready to begin, and you're probably on Broadway Street in King City. So head west on that, and that will put you into the county park. On your left-hand side will be a bridge that goes across the Salinas River. Take that. That will dead end into Hole-on Road, and you're going to turn left. And now your trip begins. So it's hot out there. It was 102 degrees, got up to 104. And you're still in the Salinas River watershed, and you've got to climb out of that to get into the San Antonio River watershed. And that is a long grade. It's going to take an hour or longer because it's several miles. And but once you're over that, it's all downhill. Follow the sign to Fort Hunter Liggett, which would be going right on to Mission Road, and you'll go past Fort Hunter Liggett and then follow the sign to Santa Lucia Memorial Park. That'll put you on Del Venturi. By now you should be out of water, and you're going to come to the stream crossing. Stop, take off your shoes, put on sandals, and fill up every water container you have. If you don't fill up at that river crossing, you've got to fill up here at this lake, and that's what I did, and it is yucky water. On the way to Memorial Park, you'll come across some river crossings that you can pick up water, but once you do get to Memorial Park, just about 100 feet beyond that, there's a good river crossing as well as a campsite. When I left Memorial Park, I had both of my small water bottles full, and I had about 1 liter of water. And that was enough to get me into Arroyo Seco.
Okay, it's 8:30. We're at the Escondido campground. There's nobody here. It's Thursday, so I'm a day ahead of schedule. And we're going up this road. We're going to go over the ridge. It's going to crisscross, zigzag. You can kind of make out the road going right up there. It's going to be very hard. You might not be able to ride up it. And then we'll come down a little bit to a flat, go through some sand pits, and then continue up again. Hopefully, the idea is to make it to Rio Seco. And I filled up water outside of Memorial Park, and I've got about 2.5 liters of water. Also at Escondido, there are no campers here. It's vacant. All right. So this is what it looks like on the very start. And it's just a dirt road going up. It'll get worse. Right around the corner, there's some seepage here. And there's a water tank. Never noticed that before. So it's going up through the bramble of blackberry here. I remember years ago there used to be a creek that ran through, the creek that ran through Escondido. I don't know why I get it mixed up. Okay, these are carpenter or native bees. You can hear the humming, and they're nesting in the ground here. Okay, now we have a well-deserved descent for a little bit. Not, as I recall, it's not too steep, but sure is beautiful here. And there's been some cyclists or motorcycle over here, so I don't expect to see anybody though. Okay, let's take a rest here. We're at the top, and here's the outcropping, and here's that sandstone cliff. Yeah, you can see on the other side. That's gorgeous here. It's like the Eastern Sierras, and there are larks and swallows all about. So from the bike, we'll go down this road here. You can see it cut all the way up. come across, continue up, way out there, and then drop over. Alright, coming down, after the tree falls, there's water here, so I'm going to go get, this looks like flowing water, so I'm going to tank up here. And here's a culvert right there. So, yeah, I'm going to get water. Okay. Isn't that magnificent? There's a big rectangular block of sandstone. Keep on climbing. So this abandoned road is some large rocks, small rocks, sand, boulders, trees that you have to go over, and so you need good tires, and I'm using Marathons, and no flats. These are pretty robust, I've used them before, and that's what I recommend. You just need to make sure you've got several tubes, like 3, just in case, and patch kits and all the tools to make on-the-road repairs, because out here, you know, there's no cell phone coverage and no one's going to come to rescue you. Well, it's very green here. There must be water right over here on the south side of the road. There's flowers and it's nice green meadow with lupins. It's gorgeous. Alright, so this is one of the few spots where we can view the valley from the east side, and then we're well into the Royal Seco watershed now, almost all downhill. Okay, rounded the corner and you can see the road cut for Indians Road is all downhill from here. So my first time I did this, I went from Carmel Valley to Fort Hunter Liggett, and it was hard. And this is certainly a lot easier, going from Hunter Liggett to Arroyo Seco. A few minutes ago I ran into two fellas coming in the opposite direction on the way to San Diego, staying at the hidden hanging valley camp. Luke and his friend. They're in good shape. Oh, I think this might be our last. Okay, this is the Arroyo Seco Gorge. Gorgeous stream. Someday I'll go down there. Tributary feeding into it. Here's the bridge, and when there's less water than down there, is a good place to camp out. And there's lots of fresh water here. And you have one last climb to make. Then you're out to the campground at Arroyo Seco. I wonder how you get down there. So this is the end of Indian Roads. Now it becomes a paved road into the camp. Okay, I'm still in Arroyo Seco. I feel much better now. I stayed overnight, but the hooks on the pannier still under severe bouncing around pop off, so I may have to wrap it with a bungee cord to keep it in place. But you can see it. And I think if I used a plastic bar used on other panniers, it might actually snap off. This is where I stayed, campsite number 1. Campground host was very nice. Arroyo Seco is a pretty good camp. Has hot water in the restrooms. Has nice warm showers. Has a washing area with hot water. It's been on the pricey side, but you know, when you're burned out and really need to rest, then this is the place. Alright, next stop. White Stag, Piney Creek, 7 miles down the road on East Carmel Valley. Alright, this is Arroyo Seco, going over the bridge near the entrance, and it's the day use area. It's Friday, and look at that, people are already set up to use the beach along the river. It's just gorgeous. 10 o'clock. And this is why it's so popular here. Little gem. Okay, we're well past the boundaries of the park. Around 3 miles into our ride on Arroyo Seco Road. Okay, I guess this is Circle Sierra Ranch. There's some horses there. Cool. So what's nice about this road to Arroyo Seco is that it's well maintained. It's a wide lane in both directions. And right now the traffic is light. Some uplift features. Crossing the bridge past the fire hose. Got a grade here. Little home. Okay, that's the Arroyo Seco Road. Comes up here to say public camp in Greenfield. Here comes a biker on East Carmel Valley. So this is East Carmel Valley. We're climbing out of the Arroyo Seco watershed into the Carmel Valley watershed. And in a little bit we should get to Piney Creek White Stag Camp. Okay, so we're climbing East Carmel Valley Road to exit the Piney Creek Arroyo Seco watershed to get into the Carmel Valley watershed. So it'll be like this for a while. Yeah, it must be very hot in the Salinas Valley because the wind is just howling here through Carmel Valley on the Piney Creek side, and that means the hot air is sucking the cold air from the Pacific Ocean Valley into Salinas Valley. Alright, I came across a peacock, and as soon as I stopped, there's a lot of peacock crowing going along, cawing, but it's quiet now. Here's a nice shady spot to have another break. Still climbing to get out of the Piney Creek Arroyo Seco watershed. Okay, this last part is really steep. I had to ride like a paperboy zigzagging up. I forgot about this stretch. It's a beast. Okay, still climbing. It's 11 after 2. Alright, so we crossed over into the Carmel Valley. Got the hiccups here. Talked to a German fella. Who's just in Australia. Having a nice trip. I think it would be hard to describe how nice riding Carmel Valley Road is in either direction. It's just a gorgeous road. It's dappled light, Carmel River on one side, the riparian forest on the other. It's just a beautiful, beautiful ride. Yeah, so this is the upper Carmel River, surrounded by willow and poison oak. So, just an enjoyable ride. Okay, I haven't come to San Clemente development yet, but we're back in the stream. This is not Carmel River, because I've been to the headwaters of Carmel River above Los Padres Dam. So this is another stream that will feed into Carmel River. Okay, just as I said that, here we are, Carmel Valley Village in 4 miles, Greenfield 37, and here's the entrance to Los Padres Dam from the Carmel Valley side. Okay, so I know where I am now. Carmel Valley is known to have some superb wine, and this is just a prime, terrific environment, climate for grape growing. There are a number of well-known wineries here.
Okay, this is the Carmel Valley Village, and I stopped at Casey's, and just on the other side of the gas pumps is the bus stop. Across the street there's a Jerome's market also, where you can get food, but I stopped here at Casey's to get a corn dog, some soft drinks, and an ice cream bar. And my intention was to go all the way down into the mouth of Carmel Valley and have my sister and brother-in-law pick me up. But they said it was getting close to a Warriors basketball game, so they'll come up here and pick me up instead. So this is where I ended the trip. It was pretty good. It was intense, and if you go, be prepared for some tough riding. But this is what cyclocamping is all about. So these are my shins, and so you can see the scratches. Those are from the branches hitting my leg as I was cycling through the brush. And you can see the smaller red spots. They got larger, but those are the bug bites, and there are hundreds of those on my legs, both left and right.
So let's go over the bike now that I'm finished with this trip. And what I'm using are Schreiber Marathons, and these are the 50 millimeter or 2-inch wide tires, so they're 47 millimeters actual width. And they work really well. Right here where I'm pointing, that's a dimple, and so I got that on the trip because when you're descending with a full load, you're not going to be able to avoid all of the large rocks and boulders and things, and so that's where I hit, and they got one dimple, and so I can feel it. These are Blackburn front racks, and they're the tubular rather than solid. Yeah, they work really well. The bike's very dirty, so I don't use cleats on this bike. I use toe clips because you're going to have to be able to push and walk, and so if you have cleats on, I might not be able to do that. But the other benefit is these toe clips protect your shoes from the brush and things, and so if you were wearing cleats, your shoes are going to get pretty torn up going through the bush. No damage to the drivetrain, so that worked just fine, and the 32 tooth low helped out quite a bit. Now, if you do this trip, I recommend going in the month of April and May. I think in June it just gets too hot. I brought some cigars to smoke to clear out the mosquitoes and bugs, but I was just too tired to actually light them up and to use. So this might be one of the last times I do this Big Sur loop. I think I'm just getting a little too old for it. But there are plenty of other trips I can take. So until next time, happy cycling.